we will start with next point, that is string. So what is meant by string? String is nothing but the array of characters. It is an array. Again, it is an array, but it is a only one-dimensional array. Okay. In the string, it is not the concept like the two-dimensional array. String is always a one-dimensional character array. Clear? But it is treated differently. Not like the previous array. Okay, that is integer array, float array, that is numeric array is treated differently, and string array or string is or character array is treated differently, because most of the operators, for example, we can add two numbers easily by using plus operator. Clear? Or we can suppose integer a is equal to 10 comma b, and what we want to do, we want to copy this value of a into b. So what is the statement? B is equal to a. It is easy one. Okay, no doubt. But this operator, that is assignment operator, is used for copy one value to another. But same operator, it does not work for the string character array. Okay, it does not work. For that, strings are treated separately. Clear? So first, how we can declare the string? For that, for example, void main. First declaration of the string, that is a character array. So data type is character. It is an array. So after character, what we will write? Name of the string. Suppose str, that is the name of the string. Then length of the string. Clear? That is size. Suppose 10, we can specify. This is called as the declaration of the character array or simply string. Clear? Okay, next point. After declaration, at the time of declaration, we cannot specify. If we cannot specify size, then it works? No. If and this is called as character array declaration. And when we assign the value to the character array, then it is called as initialization of the character array. Clear? At the time of declaration, if it does not specify any size here, then it works? No. It gives you syntactical error. Okay. For that purpose, while declaring any character array, size must be specified. But while you can initialize the character array, for example, we can initialize character array in different ways. First way, character array, so data type is character, storage type, which is optional. Then suppose we want to declare string s1, name of the string. What is the name of the string? S1 is a first string. No need to write while initializing the character array. No need to write size here. Okay, and equal to curly bracket. You can directly, it is a character array. So mention the character array characters separated by comma, but single character always placed in the single quote. So suppose hello string is there. So H comma E comma L comma single quotes. Okay, curly bracket complete. This is an array similar to integer array, but integer array we can just mention the integer numbers, not single quotes. But whenever we can initialize the character, assign the character must in the single quote. Okay, this is the first way of initializing the character array. Here we cannot mention the size. Okay, no problem. Clear? In C language, character array always ends with the special character called as null character. It is represented by /0. It is represented by /0 or called as a null character. Any string in C language ends with null character. Okay, for example, hello. We can initialize hello string. But at the end of that string, automatically compiler places /0. Automatically. Okay, here we don't write /0, but compiler automatically while compiling this program automatically insert /0 at the end of the string. Clear? So always reserve one space for /0. Okay, here no problem because here we cannot mention the size. Okay, so compiler automatically treat it as a 5 characters plus /01. Clear? For example, if you do write like that, character S1 only 2, that is we can store only 2 characters, not more than that. Okay, and first character is suppose K, and we can store L. Then it does not give you error. Actually what happens? Overflow of the array. Array get overflow because size is 2. We can store 2 elements. But what is the concept? /0. That is also one character. That is called as the null character, and that character is automatically added by your compiler at the compile time. Clear? That's why. Okay. And what is the problem with the array? In C language, array bounds does not strictly check. Okay, by the compilers. But in Java and .NET, strictly bounds are checking. Bounds means index. Last index is 2. We cannot insert more than 2 elements in that array. That is checking, and that is done by compiler in Java and .NET. But in C language, that is the drawback. Okay, it does not use any error, syntactical error to you. Okay, it treat okay, no problem. We can insert, but it is actually error. But it is not checked by C language compiler. Clear? Next thing. So whenever we can specify 2 elements, insert 2 elements in the 2 characters in the character array, then we can make the size and declare the size as a more than 1. That is 2 plus 1. That is 3. Because it is reserved for /0. Okay. Compiler always recognize add /0 at the end of the string, and while the runtime where to stop or where to string is completed, it is recognized by /0. If the okay, for example, you can draw the memory management. This is your RAM, random access memory. Characters are stored. For example, this S1 string, how it is stored on the stack memory? S1 of 0, S1 of 1, S1 of 2, S1 of 3, and S1 of 4. Total how many bytes? 5 only, because single character reserved 1 bytes on the RAM, and that characters are placed in here H, hello. Okay, 5 bytes. But compiler automatically adds 6 character, that is /0 at the end of the string. So this is total string name as a S1. Always array name gives you the base address of that array, because each this location having some address. For example, 100, then second one is 101, because array elements are arranged in the contiguous memory location. Clear? Any doubts? Okay. So next point is another way of initializing the character array. Suppose S2 is another character array. No need to write size. It is automatically calculated by compiler. Just write double quotes and you have to initialize the student string. What? We have to initialize student string or assign the student string to the S2 array, character array. So write like that. Okay, if it is a string, then always enclose it by double quotes. And if it is a single character, it is enclosed in the single quote. Double quote and single quote. Clear? This is also okay, this is also okay. No problem. You can initialize both ways. Strings are initialized by both these ways. Clear? But which one is the simple? Second one. Okay. No need to write each and separate characters and curly brackets. No need. We can simply write here. So afterwards we can initialize the strings like that. Clear? So So this is the static initialization of the string. We have to initialize the string at the time of compilation itself. Okay. Second way of initializing the character array is the dynamically. That is, we can take the string from the user. So how to scan the string at the runtime? It is also simple one. Okay. For that, just take one array, character array of size 10. We can initialize it at the runtime. So take the string from user, enter string /n double quotes complete, then scanf. Now use %s, %c for scanning single character from the user, %s for scanning total string from the user. So formatting type is the %s is a formatting type, comma. Now if we scan the string any other data type, while we scanning it, we can use ampersand before that variable. Clear? But when it is a string, then no need to write ampersand. Okay? Clear the difference? While scanning integer, float, double, long, type of numbers or single character, then also we can write ampersand before that variable name. But here, what is the variable name? str is the variable name. No need to write ampersand before the str. So only write str. Okay, no need to write ampersand. And if you write the ampersand, then it gives you some ambiguous results. Okay, instead of that, what you write, instead of only str, what you write? Not only ampersand of str, it is not gives you proper results, but you have to write ampersand of str of 0. Okay, instead of that, write this. This is also works properly, because what is the meaning of that? We have to store. Okay, this is your console. What is the first statement at the runtime? Enter string, then cursor blinks. For what? %s. Okay, suppose user write x, y, z and press enter. This string get moved to address of str. What is the address? str. Because just now, just s1, name of the string, gives you base address of the string. Because where to store this x, y, z? From the base address of that particular string. So no need to write ampersand again, because only name gives you base address of that string. Yes, if you want ampersand, then what is the proper string? Ampersand of str of 0, because it is also gives you same base address of the array. Because where from that? Okay, so on the RAM it is stored like that. When you enter the xyz on the console, then this is str of 0, str of 1, str of 2. That is memory management is get at the time of compilation. So total number of how many? str of 9. These total bytes are reserved because str of 10. So total 10 bytes are reserved. Okay. And what is the base address? Suppose 100 is the base address, and last address is 109. When you scan the string xyz and press the enter, this string is stored at the address of str, that is base address. So x for the first str of 0, then y for the next location, then z for the next location, and after that /0. Automatically insert /0. Clear? Okay, so for that purpose, don't write ampersand here. And if you want to write how? str of ampersand of str of 0, you can mention the base address. Clear? Okay, when we scan the integer value, what happens if int a is there? While scanning the integer a, how we write? Scanf %d is the formatting type, ampersand of a. What is the meaning? We can store the value, whatever may be on the console, we can enter that value is stored at the address of A. Okay, and only str gives you base address of the string. Clear? So no need again to write ampersand. Means what? Address of the string. That is the meaning. So no need to write ampersand while scanning the string at the runtime, or dynamically when we initialize the string, no need to write ampersand. Clear? What is the thinking behind that? Why we don't write ampersand? Okay, because every point we have to think why we don't write the ampersand, and in other all the variables we write the ampersand must. Okay, clear? So that way dynamically we can initialize the string. Okay, now next point is the suppose there are two strings. We can initialize the two strings. Character array. Suppose S1 is the first string, that is hello. This is first string. Then character array of S2. Right, character array, that is subscript operator. Clear? Then suppose student. Clear? Next thing is the character array S3 of size. Only declare. When we only declare the string, we have to write size here. And when we only initialize it, no need to write the size. Compiler automatically treat it, whatever may be the size of that particular string. Clear? Okay. Now what is my question? Now we want to copy S1 or assign S1 to S3. Okay. So S3, what we want? Whatever may be the string in the S1, we can copy it into S2. So S1 into S3. Like that. Assign. Only copy. When we copy one integer into another, what we do? Suppose integer A is equal to 10 and integer B is there. What we want to do? Copy A into B. So simply we can write B is equal to A. It is not possible here. S3 is equal to S1. We cannot copy S1 to S3. It gives you syntactical error. Clear? Okay. We want to add two numbers. For example, here integer B is equal to 20 and this is a C variable. So C is equal to A plus B. We can add two integers, float, long, double. Okay, using plus operator. But we cannot add two strings using plus operator. Like that. S1 plus S2 and add into S3. Two strings adding by using plus operator. It does not work. That is, all the operators what we have studied for arithmetic operations, okay, comparison operator, less than equal to, does not work for the string. It works for the only numeric. That is, it may be integer, float, double, long, whatever may be. It works for that, but does not work on this operator. Does not work on the string. So strings are separately considered. Clear? And string array is also considered separately, or character array is separately considered. Clear? Also, we want to compare both strings. Okay, S1 and S2 are equal to operator is there. If it is integer, very easy. A is equal to B, we write like that. If A is equal to B, if both are equal, then it returns 1. If it is not equal, then it returns 0. But does not work for the two string. We cannot compare like that. If S1 is equal to S2, it does not work. Clear? These arithmetic operators, comparison operators does not work for strings. For that purpose, there is a one header file, string.h, that contains your all built-in string functions. For example, for this purpose, there is a one built-in function for everything. Okay, if we copy one string to another string, then there is a function string cpy, string copy, name of the function. This is a built-in function. No need to write code here. Function is already written in where string.h header file. It is stored there. So we want only include hash include string.h. Okay, then we call these functions. Okay, so what we know, what is the prototype? Only what we require. What is the prototype? To copying string. So there is prototype. What is the prototype? First string, second string. Okay. Just listen. What it works. So what happens? S2 string is copied into S1 string by using string copy function. Second argument. This is S2 and S1 are two strings. So S2 string is copied into S1. Next, how to concat two strings? For that, string cat function is there. str cat. All letters are small. Okay. So string cat. What happens? Suppose S1 comma S2. What happens? This S2 string is added at the end of S1 string. That is, both strings are concatenated. That is, if hello and student is there, then what is the result? Hello stud, and at the end of S1. Okay. Next, how we can compare the two strings? For that, str cmp compare. Okay. So, how to compare S1 comma S2? You can just pass two strings. What happens? S1 and S2 strings are compared, means character by character checking. First character is a, second character is a, okay. And all characters are same. Then it returns the value 0. If both strings are equal, then what it returns? String compare function returns the integer value. What it returns? 0 if equal. And if unequal, then what it returns? Integer value other than 0. Means what? If suppose A, B, C is the S1 string, this is S1 string. What is S2 string? Suppose A, X, Y. Okay, so after string comparison function, what happens? First character is compared with first character. It is okay? Yes, both are same. That is, actually ASCII values are checked. What check? ASCII, because each and every character having some ASCII value. Then second B is checked with the X. Okay, what happens? There is a difference between ASCII, and whatever may be the difference, B and X, I think 24 is the difference. Okay, small b having some 93 and plus 26 plus 24, X is there. So what is the difference between two ASCIIs? 24. So what string compare function returns? Difference between first unmatched characters between two strings. Okay, so that is 24. So it returns 24. So if the value returned by the string compare function is other than 0, then both strings are unequal. Otherwise, if it is written 0, then both strings are equal. So we cannot use equal to for comparing two strings. Okay, for that we can use string compare function, as well as while we can reverse the string reverse function is there. Okay, you can take any string S1. What happens? S1, this is a string that gets reversed, that is CBA, and stored in S1 again, and stored in S1 again. Okay. Also in some C compiler there is another function that what? String reverse returns the different string, means previous string S1 remains as it is, and whatever may be the result is stored into the second string. Okay, that is also function available in C language. Okay, but it is applicable to some compilers, okay, and not applicable to others. So these both functions are there. String reverse. Also, there is one important function, that is string len. What it calculates? Suppose S1. It calculates the length of that S1 string. What is the name? ABC. Not calculates /0. While calculating length of the string, it only calculates characters, not null character. So what is the string length? ABC, that is 3. So it returns the, what string length function returns? integer values always. Integer value. So we can catch it into integer value. So we can calculate the length of the string. So these are the some string functions. There are number of other functions also, but for your study purpose only we can study these functions. And based on these functions, there is a problem. So just next. Okay. So how to? What is the program? First program is take any two strings, initialize it, okay, and make the addition of two strings, that is concatenation operation. Then make two string comparison of two strings and calculate the length of any string. Clear? So we can calculate it first. Copy string S1 to S3. This is first. So how we can copy? Use string copy function. What we want? S1 is copied to S3. So first write S3, then write S1. Okay. After that, directly print. Printf after copying S3 is equal to percentage S comma, just write name of the string, that is S3. Just write S3. It gives you hello, result hello. Second, what we want to concat two string S1 and S2 and stored result into S1. So string cat S1 comma S2, okay, and after that again print it, printf concatenated string S1 is equal to percentage S comma S1. Okay, now what happens? Hello student. What is the result here? Concatenation string S1 is equal to hello student. Concatenation. Okay, because concatenation is done and result is stored into S1 itself. Clear? Next, we want to find now the length of this S1. Now, after that concatenation, string length. So strlen, what? S1. What it returns? It returns length. So we want to store into integer variable. So length is equal to string length S1. So declare integer length and print. What is the string length? Printf length S1 is equal to percentage D. Now length is in integer value, so percentage D length. Clear? So what is the length now? Hello 5 plus 4 9. Check it. Okay. Clear? So last is get ch. So we can compare two strings using string compare function. We can concat two strings using string cat function. We can calculate the length of the string using string length function. Also we can reverse the string using string reverse function. Okay. These all are built-in functions. Clear? So we will stop here.